Welcome to this special series of Local Focus, where we delve into the impact of a tragic event that has deeply impacted our local community. On May 28, 2024, a powerful explosion destroyed most of the first floor and severely damaged additional floors of the Realty building in the downtown district of Youngstown, Ohio. We sat down with residents of International Towers to share their experiences on the day of the explosion, the abrupt evacuation from their homes, the inconveniences of displacement, and their heartbreak. Join us for this special series, We Are the Aftermath. In this episode of We Are the Aftermath, 72 Hours, the Evacuation and Displacement, you will hear how MyCap, the Mahoney-Youngstown Community Action Partnership, provided critical support to the residents during the intense evacuation. Community leaders and residents share views and experiences during the evacuation.
The first day they left was the day of the explosion. They had to be taken out the building because it wasn't safe yet. First responders were coming in and they needed to see why. We didn't know why yet. And so I believe the residents were out for 4 to 5 hours, but it was immediate. So some were out there without the things that they actually needed, and we couldn't get to them because the area itself was unsafe.
And I could tell you from the day watching them move out of that building, it was a lot of turmoil. It was a lot of suffering. It was a lot of confusion. A lot of the people, because people had to understand that building is a building for people with like needs, special needs, elderly people. So it's a specific building for specific people.
There was a bunch of us near the front of the building. Then they eventually moved us a block away. Then they moved us farther. They moved us farther to the point where we got to the Cavelli Center. We were in the Cavelli Center maybe 20, 25 minutes before they're like, oh, well, we gave you the all clear. You can now go back home. Cool. Okay. No problem.
Once they were allowed to go back into the building, it was several days before they actually told us this is unsafe. They have to be moved out of this building, have to be evacuated until we knew what the problems were. So that gave them 72 hours, and we had to start working to place 173 residents.
This was not even 9 days later that this happened. They're coming to our building, shutting our gas off. And so we asked them, why are you here? And he said, my boss told me to come here to shut your gas lines off. Okay. Not even an hour and a half later, management showed up. They walked through the door. They didn't even look at us. They didn't talk to us, no attention to any of us standing outside wondering what's going on, right? They go inside. They print up these letters.
And about 9 o'clock that evening, I got a paper sliding under my door. And I'm like, nobody's in the office. It's after hours, And it said we had 3 days to be out of our apartment. I just started packing things because I didn't know what to do, where I was going at that point. I was still just preparing myself because we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, I'm scared.
There was one young lady we had to go in the building and get because nobody had seen her and we didn't know what was going on. So we went up to her apartment, we knocked on her door. She's in there in her wheelchair and she just, oh man, I'm about to start crying myself. She's just crying her eyes out because she doesn't want to leave her home. And I'm asking her, does she need help? Because she got to transport herself from one wheelchair into the other. But she done packed her things up and it's like, she's just like, no, I'll get it. I just don't want to leave my home.
Those folks were moved out of International Tower under the threat of imminent danger. And we've seen no imminent action in the meantime to stabilize the building so that those people could get back into their homes, those people who can get in at International Towers. And I think we really feel for them because I think it's been a tragedy that no action has been taken sooner to get them back home.
First, they're going to try to tell me that, oh, we don't have nothing for you. You might have to go to a rescue mission. I said, what in the world? I was a little heartbroken and everything. Then I went back, and then they're like, okay, we could put you in a group home. I'm like, no, I need somewhere where I'm by myself, I have my own separate room. And she like, come back in a little bit. And I came back, they're like, okay, there's a couple other people that are feeling like I was feeling. They said, no, we're not going to the group home, and we're not going to nursing home or rescue mission. And that's when they're like, okay, we got a hotel for y'all.
How do you feel about going into a group home? No, ain't been in one, ain't trying to go into one. So they're like, well, okay. That's when I found out that they were going to stick me in a hotel with a bunch of other people. I'm like, all right, cool. Hopefully I'll get stuck with people that I know. And I did.
Just a true sense of confusion and urgency. You know, they didn't know how long they would be gone. None of us could answer that at that time, but we knew it was necessary, that they had to be gone and had to be safe. And we did the best we could with the resources that we have. So we were able to work with one of our hotel owners, and he had the space and he worked with us. We literally worked all night long, 12 o'clock in the morning, getting the last list so that they could get on that bus and be out there in their rooms and kind of roll in with room numbers and everything that morning. And so it would be as least impactful as possible because they couldn't take everything.
To watch all We Are the Aftermath episodes, visit pbswesternreserve.org. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook.